What's the word, y'all? Be Wheezy. Glizzy. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well, you know. And I'm going to say this. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to say this, man. Not going to hold too much of your time, you know. Not going to hold too much of your time. See Elliot in the building already. It's going to be rapid fire. Elliot said, fire, fire. Three fire emojis. Weezy said, Lizzie, three fire emoji. What are we doing? Yeah, we're gonna talk about holding this L. Right? This because certain things need to be said. Certain things need to be said. And I thank the post chain community for the content that you all so graciously deliver to be talked about, analyzed, evaluated. You know, holding this L. For those who don't know what L means, L, it's an acronym. It just means loss. Hold this loss. Hold it, meaning own it, right? When we make mistakes, instead of projecting, instead of redirecting, instead of deflecting, we should own the mistakes, own up to it. Take onus, take accountability for our actions. From the top all the way down. Take responsibility and accountability for your mistakes and for your success. Own it. And it's through your mistakes, you'll probably be presented with opportune teaching moments to learn so that way you don't have to repeat the same mistakes again in the future. When you're successful, you're sort of like you're in a position where you might become so self-absorbed and egotistical where you feel like you can do no wrong because you're just in your mind you're successful. And it's when you make the mistakes and you realize how fallible you are, right? How vulnerable you are, how you never stop learning. You're not going to always get it right. Is when you look back and you say, okay, what lesson is there that's within this experience, this mistake that I made that could help me grow, that could help me grow as a person, that could help me just be able to even if I'm if I even have the presence of mind to help others grow as well. This mistake has taught me a valuable lesson. So that way, if certain things come to pass or certain things arise, certain issues, present themselves again, I know how to deal with it without experiencing the same error I know how to resolve it. I know how to solve it. I know how to meet it head on because I learned from my mistake. This is why it's important sometimes when you experience mistakes, you hold the L. When you experience it, you hold the L. Learn from the loss. Learn. I see you, Noonie. Appreciate you. No one out here has it all right all the time. What is the problem with accepting failure? Accepting failure is just you acknowledging, you acknowledging a teaching moment that's present for you so that you take that moment, you take the lessons that's in that moment so that you could move forward accordingly. So that again, I have to repeat it again. If those same challenges present themselves again, or if the same issue, the same whatever presents itself again, you know how to move forward and not experience the mistake. You know how to move forward and not repeat the mistake. And you know, if you're a selfless person, how to share, teach maybe someone else in your life that you care about, how to prevent certain mistakes from occurring. You're not Superman, we're not superhuman, but we'll make mistakes. You're in crypto. What's going on, DJ Cryptomatic? Happy Sunday to you as well. I mean, this is what we gonna break it down real quick. I'm not gonna take too long, but we gonna break it down. We gonna break all this down. The 9mm dev is doing more tweeting than actual. We gonna break it down. This weekend, right? First of all, I hope y'all are all enjoying your weekend. Your morning, your afternoon, your evening. Some of you are even experiencing possibly the next day. Hope you all are well. Hope you all are well. That is a fact. Blind royalty. How about that? Only L's I'm taking is buying these lows. Now, see, this is why I appreciate you guys that come in the chat, the perspectives you all offer. I mean, they amaze me. And some of the things that the ideas and the comments you leave are just like, yo, you gotta give it its room to breathe. You gotta let this breathe right here, man. You gotta let this breathe. Only L's I'm taking is buying these lows. You know what this covers right there? Like, and you have these non Richard Hart believers seething in their bowl of disgust, of negativity for the maxis who are subscribing, have subscribed to the only L's that they're taking is buying these lows. Comfortably, too. Imagine that. Comfortably. There's a problem. There's a problem, right? Fundamentals. There are problems, but this what happened with it in the last 24, 36 hours is just ridiculous. It's just to me, it's just ridiculous on many, many fronts. Not just that the hack for 9mm happened. It's not just about that being just ridiculous. Major L. Like and when I say major L, I'm talking about in bold letters, major L. It's not just about the amount of money that was rugged. I'm gonna tell you why I say it's a major L. Major. From people in that group over there that want to tell everybody on Pulse Chain that they have become the proverbial misfits of the entire chain, that nobody likes them because they weren't the ones that launched sacrifice phases, right? They're not the ones that are grifting, right? They launch and help artists launch NFTs, right? Creatives to launch things. This is what they do, that they stream every day, but not necessarily stream. Do the spaces every day and weekly spaces, all this stuff they're doing. They've exposed themselves to other chains and other groups. Okay, okay. They've been extremely critical about Richard Hart and everything Richard Hart related. We know this whole time, and still to this day, we understand that. Meanwhile, what helped to catapult, or where did they all begin? They began with Hex, Richard Hart's token, right? We get that. They began with Hex, right? Where did they start? Where did they start? And how did they build their community? Off of Pulse Chain, not any other blockchain. They started with Pulse Chain, right? We understand that, right? Yeah. A year ago, right? A little over a year ago. The whole thing started with Pulse Chain around the time where the SEC smacked Richard in the face with this investigation and the movie was launched. It was around that time period. Yeah. Okay. Still have been here. Didn't go anywhere, but are criticizing Richard, criticizing Maxis for supporting a token that's 99% down, for buying the native Pulse X Dex coin, right? That was launched with a V1 bug, right? And supporting Inc. that Richard Hart identified this year as the best meme token on his chain. They were offended by that too, but they attack RH Maxis for being RH Maxis, right? Right. To this day, to this day, but they're on Pulse Chain, right? And it gets to a point where I guess whatever results, because every so often, because I sort of pay attention, every so often I would hear the narrative on that side saying or you guys can't get rid of us, meaning the pulse chain community outside of them can't get rid of them. It don't matter what the pulse chain community could think they can do, because they still have bags of pulse and et cetera, et cetera. But this is what shows you, this is what shows you, this is what presents you that there is some form of like a weird conundrum they could created for themselves. When you're watching a group of people in this community who built their whatever they got going on within this community now start to attack the founder and the founder's ideas that created this community. The founder paid developers to launch the chain, launch the DEX that created this community, that built you, and would have helped create and build you. The things start to it's almost like I don't think they see. Maybe they do. Maybe that's part of their whole shtick. But things don't add up. Maybe that's a part of their formula for things not to add up. It's not adding up. It's not, because it seems like if your multi-chain endeavors, your multi-chain endeavors that you're taking, that you're trying to take hold of, if they were successful, why are we not hearing enough of it? Why aren't people in the other multi-chain really grabbing hold to what's going on, and this real thing about what onboarding again? Why isn't the onboarding or the adoption that everyone wants to talk about, why isn't it working? It's not working, I guess, to the desired liking or to the desired outcome that they would want. So they remain here doing what they normally do, yelling, screaming, insulting, doing whatever, thinking that that's a mature, intelligent strategy to build generational wealth and some weird fellowship. The whole time, the whole time, attacking, 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 attacking. This is all you're synonymous. You speak about that collective, they are synonymous with attacking everybody, right? And then you sometimes I'm saying, okay, yeah, because I could see why they're attacking the cabal. I could see that. That I could completely understand. No mistake about that. That's evident. That's clear. But then you attack maxis and act as if maxis are insufferable, as if maxis have become a problem because of your whatever opinions you think you have or whatever that have surpassed and are better than whatever RH has done. Your last year and a couple months is supposed to be the proof of quote unquote great work you've done, right? You talk about marketing. This is your marketing thing. You market. This is what you do. You didn't launch any sacrifice. That's all great. Good. Cool. Good. Good. Yeah, I get that. I get all that. Get all that. And all of a sudden, amidst all these, how many spaces? Like, well, it's over. Daily spaces, multiple spaces during the day, like hundreds of spaces. hours long. All this good stuff, man. Good stuff for y'all. Good stuff. Good stuff for y'all. Good stuff for y'all. Proud. Proud. Beat your chest. King Kong. Bang, 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 bang. Beating your chest. hmm Come to find out. And we'll say things too repeatedly this whole time. The whole time. Oh, I was the one that discovered the V1 bug, or I was the one that was saying the V1 bug for Pulse X. I was the one that called it out. You see your Block Explorer, as if they don't use the same Block Explorer. And again, like these arguments, it's crazy because what as if you don't deserve the same scrutiny. You point your fingers. How many, when you point one finger, how many comes back at you? Did you forget things like that? Do you not care about? Don't throw stones at a glass house. Like you don't where That's why I say sometimes, where these people come from? Who raised them? Some people, like I remember growing up in school, they would say, yeah, this and that. You book smart, but you don't have common sense. That's what you find here. That's what happens with a lot of them. You might be very intelligent. Oh yeah, you could solve some stuff. Oh yeah, you could program some stuff. You could do some deving, some developing. You could do some marketing. Oh, you're very brilliant. Oh yeah, you could debate and do it. When it comes to common sense, you're bumping your head. You're slipping on banana peels. You're bumbling, stumbling, clumsy. You're klutz. Because it shows. It just shows. It just shows, man. I don't understand like how this sometimes passes people, like and I'm gonna tell y'all, disciple, I see you, man. What's up, Doc? Sagamore, ADWLO 1337 Hex. What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all real quick. I'm not keeping y'all long. Hold this L. Hold the loss, man. Learn from it. Sometimes you have to lose in order for you to win. You have to lose in order for you to gain. Right? Don't be a spiritual hoarder, a mental hoarder, physical hoarder, because you think you know everything you need to know. You think you know enough, when in truth you know nothing. You know nothing. We all are waiting for the bull market, the real bull market, not some fugazi nonsense people are telling you now. We're waiting for the bull market that we've been waiting for. Nobody could tell you definitively when that's going to occur. Why? Because no one knows anything. But let them tell it, they'll tell you they know everything that you need to know. They know everything you need to know. And in order for you to get that information that they need, you need to be around them, or else you don't count, or else you're playing yourself. Tap in with the cool kids that got it together, the cool kids that be vibing, the cool kids that are making this something money, the cool kids that got it all figured out. Tap in with them. And then things like this weekend happens to show you a real truth, to show you a moment for you to eat nothing but humble pie. Hmm? To show you that you're not as perfect as you thought you were in your head, even though you might tell the world different, but in the mind you thought you had something solid. until life showed you you didn't, until life showed you otherwise. You're talking all this about V1 bug to a whole year about farms that were pulled after Pulse X was launched, about all this stuff going on with RH, Hex 99%, all this stuff to this day. Cool, cool. But what about you? What about what you got going on? See, people don't want to accept responsibility. They want to take onus. They want to deflect. You have people that I've even heard in this. I know what I'm talking. I've heard the spaces, man. I don't go into spaces hiding. I don't go in these spaces hiding. Anonymous, scared. Anonymous, because you scared. I don't go in these. I'm there in the space listening. Listening. This is how I know. I know, man. Could be a waste of time for me. But how do you learn if you stay in a bubble in your own cocoon, right? How do you learn? How do you grow? How do you if you just you just in your own world? And it's looking like being in a maxi cocoon is the best thing to be in. Because outside of that, it's riffraff. It's nonsense. Y'all don't have it together. You make it seem like y'all have it together and you don't. It's annoying. And then you do weirdo stuff, get into problems with other people who are maxis, right? Doing disrespectful shit and think that's cool. You're supposed to be grown adults. Man, children, bro. It's sad. It's sad. So whatever perceived good work you've done gets overshadowed by mistakes that occur in crypto. See, y'all don't get what I say. Like, listen, man, these devs are the real founders. Everyone else is at the behest of the developer. Everyone else. Nothing moves. Nothing matters. Nothing. Y'all act like you know. Been in crypto how many years? Doing this, doing that. You've done this, you've done that. What you've done just helped you become who you are. But don't act like what you've done has been so great, because if it was so great, why don't you remain where you were? That was great. Why don't you keep doing what you did that was great? No, you left there because maybe something didn't work. Maybe a set of things that you were doing just didn't work for you. So you're here. And in many cases, people attach, in life, right? In life, again, folks deal with their own personal issues. They deal with their own personal issues. And when you use the internet as some form of outlet to try to connect with people, and then that becomes your secondary life, where you have these people on the internet who you never physically meet or whatever, they become your computer friends, right? That becomes a reality, but then you're telling the world on the computer all the great things you've done. Why don't you keep being great in the real world? Why don't you keep doing great things in the real world? But no, you get involved with this computer internet hive tribal mentality nonsense that caused the majority of people in crypto to look at y'all like you're really toxic for real. Even if whatever you say and do, oh, money is this, that, liquidity pool, this is that, the entire 15,000 active users of blah, blah, blah. The majority, I'm not going to even say the entire, because I don't know the entire, the majority, especially the people who've raised hundreds of millions of dollars in sacrifice, they got that money power against y'all. And it's unfortunate because I don't care about those sacrifice project founders, at not any one of them, period. I don't support anything they got going on, yo. And that's unfortunate. And that's coming from me, who's a maxi. That's documented. It's nothing new. Y'all missed the marks in so many levels. Missed the mark. The foundation that propped you up, you trying to break. You disrespect. You ridicule. You in his empire, meaning RH's program, RH's ecosystem. That's him. And y'all can't stand him so bad, but you stay here. Like, what does that say about y'all? What does that say? What does that say about y'all? That's weird to me, bruh. Like, that's next level weird. Like, and they don't even see it. Like, you take no accountability. You take you don't recognize what you're doing as strange this whole time. This entire time. Launching coins after coins after coins after coins. Where's the generational wealth plan? With all these coins after coins after coins, you thought you caught lightning in a bottle. You thought you caught lightning in a bottle. That shit fizzled out after coin number 5. You up to how many coins? But you didn't see that. You just was, you caught the. I don't understand. All right, coin after coin after coin, man. But this is all gonna lead to what I need to tell y'all. What I need to tell y'all. I know I gotta build it. I gotta build it up. Y'all love talk about builders. I'm building this up to what this is all about, and how it's like, hey, the real truth of a few truths that I'm gonna mention here. Now you got a shit stain on your reputation that the internet will never let you forget. You will not go through without somebody in the future reminding you of this L that y'all look like you refuse to hold. You refuse to take onus of this undeniable, irrefutable L, undeniable 9 millimeter mistake. Y'all fumbled the ball. And instead of huddling up, taking onus, and whatever leaders you got, going to the yard line and putting another play with humility, you want to double and triple and quadruple down on deflecting? Sad state of affairs. Sad state of affairs. You want to talk about, oh, the V1 bug still? You want to talk about Hex 99% down? You want to talk about it was only 60, 70K versus how many millions the sacrifice? This is what y'all do? Children behave that way. What about the regular person who just gravitated to whatever you had going on, who just did zero research? Because people do zero research. People don't do your research. They don't do research. Their research went as far as a spaces. Their research went as far as a voice chat. Their research went as far as a Twitter post, and that's all they needed for them to buy into whatever you were selling them, whatever idea. And if they got affected by loss, what about taking accountability, and saying, yeah, man, drop the ball. Y'all were talking so strong for 15 months. Oh yeah, we that guys, F everybody, this and that, that and this, all that, and like you guys, people calling you clowns, and look, you gotta hold the L. Just gotta hold the L. That's it. Hold the L. Hold it. Learn from it. Hold this learning moment, because people will never let you forget this moment. You build up too much animosity, too much contention, right? Too much. You did too much. You went overboard, passed overboard. People did much less. But the thing about this, I'm saying people did much less and they still will always be remembered. But now that you guys are supposed to be the cream in your mind, the cream of the crop, rebels, radicals, revolutionary, going against the machine, potentially rightfully so, going against, for example, the machine, i.e., the cabal, right? Rightfully so. Rightfully so. You have the cabal laughing at you now. You gave the cabal all the ammunition they need to shit on you. All this talk, hours long spaces, every day, this and that and this, ridicule after ridicule, ad hominem after ad hominem, right? All day. You find the spaces, this and that. They doing a space, this group doing a space, that. For how many days? Over a year, every day. Had legitimate gripes. Cause don't get me wrong. Yeah, the bug is annoying. Okay, V1 bug, nobody was getting the fees. We get that. Yeah, that's an issue. Yeah, Block Explorer, is trash or not as good as it should be. We get all that. We get the prices of the coins are down. We get all that. Yeah. But it's not even about that. Because I moved on from that. Nobody really care. Only nerds care about some V1 and Block Explorer. That's real. Understand? Accept that. Hold that reality. The nonsense from these grifters and scammers who have been in the community, who continue to pillage, who continue to rob, who continue to grift, who continue to deceive. Now that fight, oh, I'm 100% on board with that fight against that. 100%. 100%. But y'all, in your crest, in your spirit of being indignant, you drop this ball and you let the likes of the greasy, incorrigible, reprehensible, dare I even say criminal behaviors of people in the cabal laugh at you? Got no words, bro. Got no words. Got no words. Got no words. Y'all both are eating each other up. You're eating each other alive, and Maxis are just looking at you like you're fools collectively. Maxi is looking at you like you're a bunch of collective fools tearing each other apart for what? I don't care about the cabal, anything they represent. I don't care about none of them. But y'all got, wretchedness with y'all too. Toxicity to the max. I don't support that. Support that at all. I don't support that. Like, come on, man. Anything good you did got overshadowed by the weird wickedness, negativity that y'all have clearly documented too. Like, this is what y'all do, and not embarrassed. Everybody want to talk about some onboard. You want to grab the attentions of institutional money. What are institutional money going to think when they catch a whiff of one of your spaces? Are you serious? Who's going to take these people serious? On both sides. On that side, on the fruit side, and the cabal side. Who taking any one of them serious? Richard having a hard time grabbing the attention of these people just being who he is. We're fighting a investor. Who's taking anybody else serious, really? Really? And so you're going to invite opportunity to fall off or slip on a banana peel because your head was so gassed up in the sky. You thought you guys figured it out. You knew everything you needed to know. People been in Ethereum for 9 years, and you giving all this advice. You've been in crypto, internet, been dealing with the internet. You've been doing this. You're a meme god. This is what you do. All these things, skills. Got that developers, this and that. A developer just said today that, he exposed V1 bug. Okay, you exposed V1 bug. Let's say you expose V1 bug May of 2023. I'll give you May. I'll give you that. Let's say you exposed that there was a bug in V1 May 2023. Oh yeah, I give you that. Give you that. Why did you not expose this problem, this potential exploit, this potential hack that's not even potential anymore because it occurred? Why did you not expose that in August of 24? You see how the people double down, triple down, quadruple down? See, it's a thing. Many don't know, but I've heard this too. Being wrong and being strong. That's the attitude they're adopting right now. Some of them, some of the loudest ones, being wrong and strong. How can you not like they don't see how crazy they look? Yeah, but I exposed the V1 bug for Pulse X, but you didn't expose how your staking contract wasn't audited or verified. You didn't expose that. You didn't see that as a red flag. You didn't see that, and you're supposed to be knowledgeable enough to see a bug in a DEX, but you didn't expose this. How y'all look? And you arguing with people who raise sacrifice million. You arguing about some cabal. You arguing about Richard Hart and this and that, and you couldn't even discover this with your own DEX, your own staking contract that you promoted and shilled for months. Talk about, oh, it's audited, everything audited. How can anybody believe y'all moving forward? How can anyone believe you all moving forward? See, this is the thing with crypto, man. This is the thing with cryptocurrency. Like, y'all, you talk like you all, y'all annoy me like that, man. Like, cause I was like, yo, until you did that weird, funny thing with Westcott, I was like kind of like rooting for y'all, man. I was rooting for y'all, man. Until you did that meme of him getting violent. Like, "Yo, you guys, you went too far with that stuff." So I'm like, "Yeah, what are y'all doing, man? What are y'all doing? Supposed to be about making money, right? Supposed to be about having a good time with this crypto and this bear market, weird bear market that we don't like because everything is low, you know. But then you do this or this happens and no accountability. Somebody looking for somebody to blame, 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 blame. Of course, of course, of course. But these people are so self-absorbed, right? They're gonna forget the role of the developer. This is why I keep telling y'all. Like, no one knows it. Like, you can't drill it enough. It's the developers that run things out here in cryptocurrency. It's the devs. Everything else, everyone else is just a puppet. You're a puppet. You're a face of a coin that you didn't develop. You're a face of a blockchain that you didn't develop. You're a face of a token that you didn't develop. You're just a puppet. Respect your role, but a lot of people don't want to respect their role. They want to create illusion to make you think that their ideas, their principles, their understanding of this thing supersedes everything. Supersedes everything. Meanwhile, they don't even know a lick of code. Why do you think when things go bad, it's like, oh, now we're waiting for what the developer, we're waiting for the update, we're waiting for the announcement of the developer. They hold the key, literally. None of these founders out here who are not developers are real founders, except somebody like, the blockchain people who really are egotistical, could put, because they put a brand, they put the face on the thing. But in truth, if it wasn't for the programmer, if it wasn't for the developer coding, there wouldn't be nothing to brand with. There wouldn't be anything to market. There wouldn't be anything to promote. There wouldn't be anything to believe, to buy in, to sell, to utilize. Y'all fumbled the ball. They take onus and move on. But you put a bad blemish. That's why the cabal is laughing at you. That's why the cabal is celebrating. They're celebrating because y'all gave them. You gave them the alley oop. They're dunking on you. All of y'all dunking on y'all, man. Unnecessarily too. Don't apply wisdom in what you're doing. Don't apply common sense. Even though y'all try to talk sometimes like some street talk. Why are you talking street, acting like you a thug when you're on the internet? Stop doing that. You know better. Just be you. Be yourselves. Not no time to be internet thugging. What sense does that make? You don't know how to bridge the gap between just being, just whatever perceived intelligence you have and down to earth. There's a disconnect. Your perceived intelligence will make you feel like you're above everything else. Meanwhile, your feet still has to stand on the ground. You still have to deal with the ground. You still have to deal with the common folk. Where's the balance? There's nothing but imbalance over there, y'all. Completely. And this is proof. This is proof. You had enough wherewithal. You had enough. You were astute enough to identify a V1 bug in PulseX. Like I said, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. In May of 2023, when Pulse launched, you then also discovered a V1 bug then. And I don't even think it was then when Richard issued the tweet claiming that There was the testnet was going on for so long and no one found the bug in V1 where he issued that tweet where he's, seemed like he was annoyed. Meanwhile, there's, information that shows that though back during the testnet phase, during the testnet, at least a year prior to May, like in May 2022, that was brought to their attention because that was issued in the tweet. There was a screenshot floating around. I give you the benefit of the doubt, and I tell you, you didn't do it in June or July or August. Discover the V1 bug. You did it in May. And 16 months later, you couldn't identify your unverified staking situation in your DEX that you herald and praise. But you want people to quote unquote lean into y'all. How you think that's gonna work moving forward? Hmm? You talked about 99% down for some hex. How many percentage down are all your coins right now, including your Dex coin? How many percentage? And like, let's be for real. Let's just be honest here. Let's just be honest here. You talk about everything down to the right, everything down to the right, including you, including what you've done. What absorbs you? What takes you out of the equation? What? It's interesting. And this is why sometimes I give RH, I give him a lot of criticism. I just try to understand why we doing what we're doing and how this is going. I give him criticism. I critique him when I get in that moment and I go because I'm not it's like things don't add up and I don't play I don't do these games, man. I don't play these magical nothing games. When I was a hex hater, I looked at Richard Hart as a magician that he was trolling, trying to curse the entire crypto space, right? That was my stance when I was a hater, and not literally hating, just didn't believe in the coin, didn't believe in him, didn't believe in Hex, didn't believe in that community at all. And I say that because I still don't feel like I'm a part of this. This has become something sordid, twisted, and disgusting. But I digress. When I started listening to the Pulse Chain Telegram, mhm, the Pulse Chain Telegram group, the summer of 21. And this is how I discovered, who the admins, some of the admins, right? Like the admins. I'm like, oh, the admins, this is the official Telegram group. Okay. That means official Richard Hart Telegram group for Pulse Chain. Okay. You would think the admins have to be chosen by, right? Wouldn't you think that the admins have to be chosen by RH himself? Why would he attach himself to a Telegram group that doesn't that he has nothing to do with? And the admins that would be in that Pulse Chain group, the security guy, the liquid loans people, makes me wonder because that's when the confusion started with me. Because at that one time, the dude called himself the pit boss, and the other one was always a sea animal. And then the security guy with the weird sexualized perverted name. Like, you had to have been picked by approved by, like RH. RH wasn't a stranger to Telegram. Told you he used to frequent another chat group that turned out years ago later on to be scammed. It had nothing to do with him, quote unquote, but the group fizzled out because it was a bunch of scammers that took advantage of people. This was in 2018, but I digress again. But when you're saying now, you guys on the other side of the pond, you guys fruit, you're talking about, oh, that your developer for this 9mm was also a Telegram Pulse Chain admin. Okay, so what you saying? Oh, that he put in all this work. He put in all this work, put in all this work. I get you. You put in all this work. I can't take the work that you put in away from you. I can't take the work that anybody puts in away from them. Can't do that. Can't do that. But what are you saying? That they engender trust, right? Just like the pit boss had to engender trust, and the sea animal had to engender trust, and Mr. Security have to engender trust. Oh, that's the bag. That's the frame that you pick. Oh, because Richard picked him. This is what you're implying, because it's his Telegram group. So he chose it. So now these people, because he picked, has to engender trust. But there's a great distance between, it seems like, between RH and them, unless there isn't. A great distance. A great distance. So much so, it started in November 2018. So I'm sorry, 2021, around November 18, 2021, when one of the people in the community talked about they decoded Richard Hart's tweet, and that they think that Pulse Chain was going to launch at November 18, 2021. That was a huge debacle. And that person is also a member of this Fruit People. Huge debacle. And I was like, wait a minute. He said on screen he don't care for LL. He don't know who they are. But the people who promoting LL are running your Telegram group. So make that make sense. But you don't care about LL. You couldn't replace the Telegram admins. You don't care about LL. Show you your no admin keys. Show you the immutable code. Show you the audits. But he said also on the same stream, he hopes that they do well, but he doesn't have time to check every project. You could see it in his face. He wasn't happy. And that most projects launch suck. Because why? Because of the meme that people treat like a meme about how software is hard. Programming is hard. But you had a whole bunch of people here ridicule some V1 bug. Granted, no one said anything about a bug in your 9mm. But what they did say and what they did discover, I mean, it even made me, and I'm not a coder, it made my eyes go up, my eyebrow go up like, what? After all the big talk y'all been doing for over a year, all this big talk, and you let this slip under your fingers? Like, this is, again, how can people trust anything you say moving forward? And it's not about just attacking them, because it's the same blemish that the Hedron guy has. It's the same blemish that the Maximus guy has. So this is equal for everybody. You guys launch some stuff and then there's an issue that gets discovered in the code. Unfortunately, those are the breaks. Moving forward, people are going to have to second guess and ask themselves, how many times over Is whatever you creating or whatever you introducing or whatever new stuff you developing, is it gonna be on the level or is it not? Is it gonna work or is it not? And some people don't even want to go through that mental back and forth, and they just won't deal with you at all and anything you're dealing with. That's just how it is in crypto. That's the truth that a lot of people don't want to talk about. When these devs make mistakes, this is your money now you're talking about, right? This is your money. This is the money. You got no time for excuses. There are no excuses because it's brutal like that. That's why do you think when they scam, they just disappear? Kill all their socials, they just vanish into thin air, especially those that remain anonymous. We've seen it time and time again. This is not new. It's not new. People got to learn, man. Learn from your mistakes. Hold this loss, hold this L, and grow. Be humble and grow. Instead of acting like you conceited, you all egotistical, you all knowing. That's nobody. No one out here is all knowing. No one out here has all the information. No one. No one. No one person in the world has all the knowledge in the world of anything. And if you think you do, that's called mental illness. And we see that's rampant over here. You got the cabal laughing at y'all. You call them criminal organization. They got criminal stuff on you too. You gave them ammunition, bro. You gave them. Like y'all, I don't know where y'all, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Will say this, you then you'll say, yeah, this was a man, but this was an issue. But what about this cabal sacrifice founder and Dex they got going on, and this rerouting of the rerouting, and this one is the biggest holder of the Dex because the Dex reroute and whatever fees that you use in the sidebar Dex pays the cabal founder who also is a large holder of this Dex. And that's it. What about that, huh? What about that criminal, huh? What about that? Hey, listen, man. That could have been all well and good. Could be legit, but you diluted your potency. You diluted. You watered down your position so bad that nobody's listening. This is why they're laughing at you now, yo. Y'all don't understand that. Like, who's advice? Like, y'all don't even look. You know what I mean? Like, man, when people got so much potential, when people have so much, it's like you misuse your gifts. And I say that because it's real. You have talent, you have a skill set. That's for a reason. And you squander it off of some petty, foolish, emotional nonsense. It's like directly slapping the creator in the face and say, no, thank you for blessing you with the skill set, for blessing you with a certain level of intelligence, a mindset to create what you've created. You fumbled the ball and then want to double down and be wrong and strong. Watching, trying to see, like, yo, how is this gonna turn out with this community? How is this Pulse Chain thing gonna be when moving forward? People are just gonna continue with the shenanigans, though. That's just how it is right now. Folks are gonna continue with shenanigans. They don't care. This is just a talk for today, because next week none of this is gonna matter. Next week is gonna be, when's the next donations, gifts, more gifts. That's what it's gonna be. When's the next sacrifice? Huh? Every week is just because people have short attention span. They don't see. They don't think about tomorrow. They don't think about next year. They think about right now and today. But then with this other, the flip side to this whole internet thing is everything we put on the internet stays on the internet, meaning it don't erase. People are always going to remember the mistakes you make, especially with this crypto thing, man. Oh yeah, folks will never let you live that down, regardless of whatever you do, whatever. It's just going to add this because at this point, in many cases, people looked at that 9mm problem as a noob mistake. Like that's something somebody fresh out of Solidity programming, fresh into the crypto scene, fresh, new, could understand them having a problem like this. But y'all, with all this experience, all this knowledge, hours long, blah, 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 all this money y'all making, hand over fist, monthly, all this thing. Oh, yeah. Higher standards. You guys, oh, multi-marketing, all this and that, $1 billion worth, this and that. And that happens? Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Nasty work. Nasty work. It is what it is. It is what it is. All this opinion. Everybody got all these opinions and this and that. You want to taunt people. You want to degrade people. You want to disrespect people and all this and say that you have a worthy cause. You have a worthy cause. Your worthy cause got watered down. It lost its potency due to y'all. I'm not saying that the dev had any hand dirty, that it had any underhanded anything. I'm not saying that, and frankly, I don't even care. Because if Richard had done some weird stuff like this, I would be talking wild, crazy towards Richard Hart. So it's not nothing. It's you know, not I don't it's equal. I would try to be as objective as I can, even though I'm in it to win it too, like most people that I'd like to think are as well. Couldn't even like come up with something like you don't tell the world what the f you doing, but it seemed like if you are having certain things and huddles and things that you got going on, it's man, you guys got a lot of work to do, man. It's just a teaching moment, whatever. Who cares who cares who cares because y'all didn't care enough to pull the reins back and say, "Oh man, we have to like kind of calm this down. This is going overboard. Yo, y'all did this for 16 months. Nah, I'm exaggerating. Y'all did it since August, September. I want to say a good year strong, 12, 13 months, ridiculing RH Maxis and all that. How? Beyond ego bullshit. Like when it comes to the to what's going on here, oh, your token economy and hodling and staking and all this. We know the value's been trash. We understand that the value's been trash. But now all your coins value are trash too. Accept it. Move on. It's the truth. Everyone's coins trash. Embrace it. Not good, running from one place. Look at what them other guys did when they launched on Solana. How that work out for them? The people that got a shit stain blemish on their developing repertoire that I just mentioned earlier. How that work for them when they left Pulse Chain because they pissed off because Richard Hart nuked Ethereum Hex back in March. They decided to leave Pulse Chain, quote unquote, because you never leave. Because you never leave. It's not about leaving Pulse Chain. You fake migrate to Solana And what happened for them over there? No one cared about them in Solana. Nothing. The proof is in the charts. No one has patience anymore. No one has patience anymore. No one really even accepts how, the financiers and investors of the world in legacy would give jewels away. No one thinks those things are of any value. The transference of wealth occurs from the impatient to the patient. No one sees any value in those things anymore. No one sees any value in even this crypto land. No admin keys, immutable code, huh? Censorship resistant. Show me the audits. Even audits are not foolproof. But my goodness, at least have those boxes checked. Security audit, economic audit. Have those boxes checked. Something. Make an effort. But y'all did something even crazy, like you let something unverified just rock until someone else just took advantage and just said, "Whoopsie." It's bad, man. That's nasty work, man. Just learn, grow, dust yourselves off, and keep it moving, man. But I'm old. What I know, I'm just an old. You know what I'm saying? Hex Maxi, insufferable. 99% down for Hex. 60, 70, 80% down. Pulse chain, sack, under sack, and pulse sack. Nobody cares. It is what it is, yo. But it's documented though. It's documented. This is what it is. This is documented. Leaving this right here. But I'm gonna also say something else about the whole connection with RH and these weird people. And I say weird, I throw your dev from 9mm in that too, just like these people from Liquid Loans. I throw them in there. My thing is this, yo. Maybe if he was somewhat connected with them and had them, quote unquote, work for him, since it's not your money. Don't get scammed, man. Since wants, if you want something done, you do it. I don't work for you. Since those people were managing and they were admins of those, of the Pulse Chain Telegram group, for example, or doing whatever work, putting in whatever work on dude's behalf, maybe things presented itself to force a disconnection, a separation. Maybe. Who knows? That's why I'm not surprised that he unfollowed everybody on Twitter. And you could easily say, he could easily say, yeah, I unfollow people on Twitter because folks were going around gallivanting, prancing, preaching their own self-absorbed token and say, yeah, you should follow me because look, Richard Hart follows me. You could use that as an explanation. You could use that for the world to know, but behind the scenes, it might be something else a little bit more profound, relevant, important, and powerful. You tell the world one thing, and behind the scenes is something else. Who knows? Because it's cool. It's very there's legitimate. It's very legitimate. Follow me because Richard Hart follows me. Why would he follow me if I wasn't the truth? If I didn't speak truth? Follow me. Now he unfollowed you. Now you butt ass. Naked. What you got? You only got you. But now you have to leverage something else off the people so that you, as a bad actor, could sell your promises, your dreams to whatever, have the people relinquish and drain them of their monies, relinquish their crypto and give them to you. Nobody cares about these coins. These other guys will talk about whatever chain. No one really cares about these chains. These people are jumping on chain. Because how's it work? What has it yielded for them? Even in the charts, look what's going on here. it's just the truth, man. It's just facts, man. It's just facts, man. I couldn't see the chat today, folks, like that, like I could, because I'm doing things, but besides talking. But shout out to y'all, man. See y'all, man. See Disciple in the building. I see Keeps It Crypto. What's going on, Keeps It Crypto? Cookie the Chocolate. I see you. ADWLO. I see you. J Everything. Gratitude. What's happening? Axel Pros. Corn Critic. See y'all. Blind Royalty. DJ Bomber. Danny Amore. What's happening? What's happening? Mix 68, aka J Soul. What's up? What's up? Dr. More, I see you. I'm gonna try to make that stream. Dr. More, Hex Asians. I'm gonna try to make that stream, like, to listen to it or catch it. You know, be on the lookout for that stream, guys. Hex Asians, Dr. Moore. I think it's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, something like that. I think. But yeah, that's it. Hold this L, folks. Hold this L. And it's not just for them. It's for, like, basically, it's universal. It's for all of us, man. When we fall, there's something that's there for us to learn, so that we could take proper precautions to prevent us from falling again. If we don't learn from falling, guess what's going to happen again? We're going to fall. It's going to repeat itself. We're going to fall. Like, it's crazy. And I don't blame anybody that because I don't trust anything in crypto. You can't trust people in this crypto thing, man. When people start telling you about trust, when people start telling you about some trust a person, trust a person, then you invite problems. You invite more risk. This is all risky. You invite more risk when you start trusting people, man. People don't talk like they don't speak about principles. Is more than, in addition to not your keys, not your crypto. It's also don't trust, verify. And you had something going on in your DEX that was unverified, that allowed people to come in and just basically steal the coins and make you look like fools. Damage is done. Like, and crypto is very hard to recover. Once you get a bad reputation, something bad happens, people blame you. Like, folks are not gonna forget, because it's their money. You think they're gonna forget that? Yeah, you could make them become whole, but they're gonna remember the mistake that occurred. As much as you try to make them become whole, the folks will not forget what caused them to feel bad, what caused them to feel lost, man. Y'all don't understand. Don't understand, and are indignant and unwilling to understand. For sure. Unwilling to understand. Be vigilant out there, folks. Please. For whatever it's worth, for yourselves, your well being, to set yourself up properly. Just be vigilant. You could have the best intentions in the world, man. But never forget that the road to hell was paved with good intentions. Take care.